Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Jay here, aka Mojo Sports. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today's video, we're not going to be talking about my best sports cards investments. Today, we're going to be talking about the worst sports cards investments that I've had in 10 years. Even mistakes that I made when I first started collecting, I still actually continue to do in 2020. As you can see, and we're going to talk about that. But first, what I want to talk about is, you know how you avoid getting into this whole feeling bad about your purchases and investing is invest in things and collect things you love. That's kind of easier said than done. The hobby side in every single one of us, and you gotta bring it out, every once in a while. You can't be in that money grub side because you'll be miserable. You'll burn out of this whole entire thing. If you have the hobby side, the love and passion side, and you're willing to admit the mistakes and kind of move on, then you kind of progress and you love this thing. I'm a Sacramento Kings fan. Let me tell you, this man right here, I hope he has a better year and I hope he stays healthy. But dang, right now, I mean, as injury prone and everyone says we should have drafted Luka, and I hear it all the time as a Sacramento Kings fan, I still love the Sacramento Kings and I still think, I have faith, But if he sucks, he sucks, and I made a bad investment. I bought these right before he got injured, and he's been injured, I did buy a PSA 10 of this for $110, which because of this COVID collecting craziness, I sold for $300. That was a win, right? I did that because I needed to cover my ass on all these and more. But that just goes to show you, I love the Kings. Even if I didn't make that money back, I love the Sacramento Kings. I've been a fan since Mike Bibby, Chris Webber, all that stuff. And you guys, if you're a Milwaukee Bucks fan, you got the Ray Allen, the Sam Cassell, and all those guys, Michael Redd in your head. Collect what you love and, love what you collect. You're taking a risk based on the hype, and other people are doing it. I wouldn't do that. I would kind of decide for yourself, and I would don't ever pay for anybody's advice on what you should buy. That's terrible. Please stop doing that, because those people, when they charge you monthly fees and all that stuff, they want you to pay that fee, but they're really pumping this market up and they're just making money. They're not thinking for you. If you guys ever want to know the biggest way to make profit is if you get cards raw and you send them to get graded, there's a big return there. And I learned that from the P. Ryan collection and Mojoautographs. They're on Instagram. But I mean, if you grade cards, obviously if you buy cards on eBay, they're not always going to be in graded condition. But I've noticed that if you send cards in to get graded, unfortunately PSA has a bunch of delays. But deep down, you could make some money there versus if you spend like $4K on this, it's going to take some time. I didn't spend $4K on this. This is from a $3.99 pack. I'm playing the game right now. Should I sell this at $4,000 or should I hold it and hope he goes to $10,000? He signed an extension with Milwaukee, but right now I'm keeping it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But my whole point on that is it just ebbs and flows. So let's get into it. My worst investments. I told you guys I was from Sacramento. We're going to start it off big. Mr. 2009 Rookie of the Year, Tyreke Evans, 2009 Absolute Basketball. This was a fun product when it came out. It comes with a ball and 2 jerseys. I bought this for $100. The value today, probably $5 to $20. When I bought this, I thought I was buying the next Oscar Robertson, but also Sacramento Kings fan, I actually love that I own this card today. Am I thinking, yeah, I wish I had the $100 back? Of course, but we all make mistakes. And I just, at the time when I bought this card, it was sick. I think the ebb and flow price was like 100, 115, 125, 150. It was ebbing and flowing, just like Blake Griffin's rookie year. He was the same class. Blake Griffin's first year, he was injured, but then the next year, all his stuff blew up, and now it's in the tankers. Same with John Wall, and then different players like that. So Tyreke Evans, $100 I spent on that, and today it's PC, I guess, right? Next, we're gonna fast forward into 2020. I hate that I bought this. I talked about it in a video, and I don't know what I think anymore, but I dropped $450 on this. Drew Lock PSA 10 Prism. Oh, guys, $450. Something I learned about football cards is during the preseason and right before the season, cards that are football Prism rookies and all this stuff, it was so inflated. And you're going to see it in the next 2 cards here, or the next card. So Drew Lock, $450 right there. Then next, 225 and then 235. Josh Jacobs. I'm probably into these $500 for both right now. You know how much these go for? I think one just sold for like $100, right? I'm a Raiders fan, and there's a part of me in my pride in my inside that's like, dude, I lost some money on these. You know, do I think Josh Jacobs, if he's healthy, he's an amazing running back? Of course. Do I love watching the Raiders every Sunday? Heck yeah. But, I mean, that was a bad investment. I bought them right before the season, you know, right when the card boom was going, and I made mistakes, you know? I bought these thinking, oh my God, he's going to have a great year. Not even thinking that running backs, football really never gets too much love if you think about it. People don't like defense. They're into like rookies, like Justin Herbert's going crazy right now. But this for $200+ each, that's an L. It's funny because I'm going to calculate this out and wonder, wow, how much money was lost here. But at the end of the day, it's like you live and learn. Do you think I'm going to buy Football Prism rookie cards at high tier prices ever again? No way. You could not pay me to buy after what I'm experiencing here. That's why you live and learn. That's life. That's collecting. It's everything. I would probably never buy this kind of stuff ever again. I had to go through it though to experience it. I've invested in some crazy stuff. Don't get me wrong. I've had some great ROIs on some stuff, but stuff like this, you look and you're like, ugh. Next. We're going to throw it back, actually. We're going to throw it back to investing in rookies. This is a gentleman by the name of Mac Hollins. If you're from UNC or you like the Eagles, I thought this guy, I liked his autograph. I thought everything was great about it. And did I invest a lot of money? No, but look how many I bought. You could say I had a little side PC of this man. And these were going for $10 to $15 each. Mac Hollins Origins Patch Auto, Mac Hollins Certified Patch Auto. So I wasn't losing an arm and a leg here, but the fact is I invested in something like this, hoping, oh my God, he's going to be WR1. And I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's on the team, but Mac Hollins, I watched him play, and I thought he was going to be great. And let me tell you, don't collect somebody because their autograph looks cool. I mean, look at that. Mac Hollins, so I got nothing against him. I still loved watching him play. Not in the NFL, really, but in college, man. I think it was him and Seabiscuit, actually, Trubisky. So that was a yikes. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really like him. I mean, Corey Davis, though. I invested in Corey Davis. Probably bought like 10 of his rookie autos, and I ended up flipping a couple of them a couple weeks ago. But like this 2017, you'll notice something if you ever look back on one of my pages or one of my YouTube videos. In 2017, I really got into football cards, and I had never gotten into football cards before, so it was something new. But anyway, that was an L. Next, paid $55 for this. Thought he was going to be the next big thing, the next Chris Webber with DeMarcus Cousins. Thomas Robinson. This was not good. So Thomas Robinson Select Auto. I bet you this is like a $1 card now. So I dropped 55 on that. Next, we'll talk about Bagley, since I was talking about him in the beginning. He just got to play the game, you know, and I really hope he's going to be good. I don't know, though. If he's not going to be healthy, it's over, you know. That's just, we drafted Bagley, and I think he's a 20-10 player, but he's got to be healthy, and it's a waiting game, you know. But these are Bagley Prisms. I still like Bagley. I've met him a couple times. I actually loved watching him play, so I don't know if he's going to be healthy. I don't know what's going to happen. Tyler Eulis, I bought this one out because this is like part of like Kentucky collecting that I always liked. He didn't pan out, and I actually spent like $40 on this. Spectra Blue Tyler Eulis. I think he had hit that game winner, and my head was like, oh my God, I got to buy this guy's autographs, you know. Tyler Eulis, still cool. Kentucky. I still love Kentucky. And then next, Landry Shaman. I was on this guy. So if you guys remember, there was a game when Landry Shaman played the Warriors, and he had like one good game, like a pure shooter, you know, Shockers from Wichita State. But he was playing the Warriors in Oakland, and he went off that night. Actually, they came to play Sacramento the night after. I met Joel Embiid, which was unbelievable looking back, but that was a random story. I met Joel Embiid that night, which he's not like the best signer, but it was cool. And Shaman went off that night. I think they beat the Warriors. I think it was crazy. Anyway, I bought a bunch of Landry Shaman. I only have 2 left because I've been selling my silver prisms and my prism autos. But I probably dropped like $100 on this guy. in total of cards. You know, I have this Spectra auto left, and then I got this Contenders. I spent like $25 on this card, and then I got it graded, you know, and it got a 9. So I don't know. Pure shooters, I was really into that. I don't know what happened there. Lastly, this is my biggest lesson learned, and I wish I would have listened to people about this card. I don't know what I was thinking. I dropped $350 on Mr. Bubble NBA champion LeBron James. This card probably sells for $100. Prism PSA 10. This card, I thought, man, I'll buy it for $350. It's going to go for $700 to $800. Not only did I realize that there was 10,000, 20,000 other people thinking the same thing, and people sent these to get graded, and they got them back, or they had them already, and they unloaded them, and the prices were just hitting bottoms. You know, I thought LeBron's big championship in LA, but then it was the bubble championship, and there's factors there, and even Anthony Davis's stuff didn't really go up. But $350 on this, and let me tell you, not good. This is like it's probably like $125 card. It happens though. Like I told you, I think when I watch this video in 10 years, I'll be like, oh my gosh, like why don't I have this still, you know, this Giannis. But that's the name of the game. So those are my worst investments. Those are just a handful. I have a bunch of other boxes full of cards, but I figured these would touch on, you know, collecting a young guy, collecting on hype, buying into a hometown player, and just going on, you know. And we make mistakes. The key thing there is, you know, I acknowledge my mistakes. I'm kind of okay with it, but at the same time, I'm thinking about, wow, if I'm in this for making some money and I'm spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on cards, I better hope for, you know, it's like hitting the cherries on the slot machine. It's all luck, you know. But what I've learned through this is I think the best thing I like doing today is I like buying cards raw, and I like sending them to PSA and getting them graded, because at the end of the day, you might spend $15 to $20 to grade the card. At least if it hits a 10, a lot of those cards sell for over $50 to $100 or more, you know, I'm just saying. But anyway, that's the video. I make mistakes. I am not an expert at collecting cards and autographs. I just love collecting cards and autographs. I have a passion for it. I love the community. I like interacting with people, and I like hearing what people think about this stuff. I like hearing when people think like, oh yeah, Luka's going to win MVP. These are going to go for a lot. It's fun. It's fun to talk about that. And sometimes you hit big. Sometimes you'll invest in a card that nobody thought of buying, and it'll blow up, you know? I bought Fernando Tatis at like 70 per, and they were hitting 220 to 250 per. I mean, I was unloading a couple of them, and I still have a couple left. But that just shows you'll win some, you'll lose some, and it happens. That's what I've experienced the last couple of years collecting. I kind of been off and on, like in terms of buying the right things, buying the wrong things. But I think now in the grand scheme of things, I like where I'm at right now with this. Yes, I lost a bunch of money right here, but at the same time, I've hit some cherries, man. I've hit some jackpots, and I've also collected things I loved, and it's been priceless. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just leave a like down below and hit subscribe. Also, I'm on Instagram at Mojoautographs. Give me a follow, hit me up, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.